I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. It started when a Mount Hope police officer pulled a car over for an expired inspection sticker. It ended following a police chase. It wound up in the front yard of a home on Monhagan Avenue in Middletown after 4 cars were hit, along with a fence and a tree. 41-year-old Teresa Clemens of Port Jervis was driving with a revoked license due to a prior DWI conviction. Now, after she got pulled over in Mount Hope, she gave the officer a false name and sped off with her door open, triggering a pursuit on Route 211 into Middletown. Clemens' car hit 2 moving vehicles along with 2 cars in the driveway of the Monhagan Avenue residence. Clemens suffered a serious head injury and was airlifted to Westchester Medical Center. Mount Hope Police Chief Paul Ricard says she will face a host of charges, including unlawfully fleeing a police officer, resisting arrest, reckless driving, impersonation, and aggravated unlicensed operation of a vehicle. Additional charges will be added by police in Middletown. Marijuana is in the news, and not just because of Governor Andrew Cuomo's recent executive order legalizing medical marijuana. In Sullivan County, a Town of Lumberland man's in big trouble with the law for allegedly operating what was described as a sophisticated marijuana growing operation inside his Knight Road home. The arrest of 39-year-old Aaron Feldstein came following a 2-month-long investigation. Sullivan County Sheriff Michael Schiff says his crop was in the process of being harvested. 50 pounds of marijuana processed and ready for sale was seized, along with about 20 pot plants. Feldstein was charged with felony marijuana possession and unlawfully growing cannabis. He was ordered held in Sullivan County Jail on $25,000 bail. Schiff says the house was located in an area where residents were unlikely to suspect what was going on inside. Tax relief. That was the main theme of Governor Andrew Cuomo's 4th State of the State address delivered yesterday in Albany. Governor outlined a 2014 agenda that included, among other things, the elimination of corporate taxes for manufacturers outside New York City, raising the New York estate tax threshold, and the so-called circuit breaker tax relief that ties property taxes to household income. All that was encouraging news to local state legislators who spoke to members of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce this morning. Republican State Senator John Bonacic says he hopes the governor's tax-cutting talk isn't just an election year strategy.
I said that the governor sounded more like a moderate Republican than a progressive Democrat. I'm pleased to hear it. I hope it's just not for the election year. I hope if by implementing these tax cuts, he sees real change in private sector jobs and it becomes a long-term commitment in terms of future state of the state messages.
Everyone recognizes we need tax relief. We need middle-class tax relief. We need working-class tax relief. You know, we have people packing up and leaving the state, whether they're a homeowner, whether they're a business, and we have to do more to help these people, to stem the tide. And so that's where the tax cuts have to be targeted. Income tax, estate tax, everything is being discussed now, and it's all going to be part of the budget. Look forward to it.
A tax that apparently won't be cut, much to the chagrin of Chamber of Commerce officials and members, is the MTA payroll tax that opponents say places an unfair financial burden on local businesses for transportation services used primarily by New York City residents. Bonacic says the votes aren't there to get that tax removed. The Cuomo State of the State address also included a call for tougher penalties for those 21 and younger convicted of texting while driving. Those young drivers would lose their licenses for a year instead of just 6 months. And the governor says he will push for a 3 strikes and you're out provision for drunk drivers. Under his proposal, anyone convicted of driving while under the influence charges would lose his or her license forever. State police have arrested one of the men who they say robbed a man in the parking lot of the Dunning Farm Shopping Center in the town of Wallkill back in September. Investigators say 36-year-old James Smith of Ellenville was one of 2 men who took a wallet and wristwatch from an adult male victim. Smith was apprehended following a tip received from the Village of Ellenville Police Department. Smith has been arraigned on a robbery charge. Police say the victim's property was not recovered. Police got the word heroin was being sold out of a house on Burnett Road in Saugerties. And on Wednesday, members of the Ulster Regional Gang Enforcement Narcotics Team paid a visit and their raid turned up more than 100 decks of heroin, along with drug packaging materials, diverted pharmaceuticals, plus a sawed-off shotgun and a rifle. And 2 occupants of the house, 20-year-old Anna Jacobson and 18-year-old Justin Caggiano, were charged with criminal possession of drugs and weapons, and they were being held in Ulster County Jail pending arraignment. And congratulations go out to Frank Cassidy and Karen Vanderberg. They got married New Year's Day, but not where they expected. Couple exchanged vows in the chapel at Orange Regional Medical Center. They were supposed to wed at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Monroe, but Cassidy suffered a stroke. Frank and Karen decided that if he was going to be in the hospital, why not get married there? Hospital staff pitched in, with members of the hospital's food and nutrition department putting together a last-minute catered reception. Truly a wedding to remember. We can say goodbye to the bitterly cold weather, at least for a while. Friday will be cloudy with a chance of some scattered flurries. The highs will be in the middle 30s. Saturday will be cloudy with rain late in the day, and it'll be milder with temperatures up where they haven't been in quite a while, around 50 degrees. Get the latest news plus information on things to do this weekend in tomorrow's Times Herald Record, and keep clicking here at Record Online to stay on top of breaking news. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.